What's going on, guys, and welcome to bullgearrc videos. So today's video is a little bit bittersweet for me, and we'll get to explaining that in just a bit, but I just wanted to go over the Tinygappinit build with you just a little bit more. If you've seen the last video I showed you initial running of this truck. It was just a chassis at that point, and it was crashing a lot on me. And watching videos and examining the truck, I had discovered that the rear axle wasn't centered up good. It was causing it to pull real hard to the left, and also I had my front steering link was slipping. So those are some things I took care of. And as you can see, I put a body on here. I took the body from my parts pile power wagon and kind of trimmed it up to fit on here. The front of it was cracked on both sides, so I stuck some tape on there and used the body for this one. We're going to put a new body on the parts pile power wagon when I get around to it and have a chance. But as you can see, I trimmed out around the battery. In the initial testing, we had the GPS mounted back here. Now I got it mounted on top of the body. Move some of that weight forward. It sits kind of right over the motor. The weight distribution on this thing is really good. And I have it where I can control it now. It's not wanting to veer hard one way or the other. Still, at the speeds that this thing is going, it's a bit of a handful to control, especially if the surface isn't smooth, which is what I ran into in the second and third rounds of testing. I think I got a little video of the third round of testing, but I was in a crappy parking lot and we were hitting cracks, and it was, not good. But speed testing so far on a crappy parking lot, I had 3 consecutive runs at 24 miles an hour, and I didn't even have the throttle down hard. Since also the first video you've seen of this running, I did hook it to Castle Link because I hadn't done that yet. And we got the punch on this motor set down really super low, and I actually turned down the throttle on my radio now to 60% to get this thing to where I can start it and stop it in a 60-foot distance or 90-foot distance. That's going to be real challenging because this thing is really pretty fast. I think more than 90 feet is required to do a good speed run, but those are part of the rules of the Tinygappinit build. Which brings me now to the bitter part of this bittersweet video. And today is Thursday, gentlemen. And I am in the Boston, Massachusetts area. And it's been raining all day. I got my battery charged in this thing. I got the batteries charged in the cameras. And I found a good smooth parking lot yesterday, and today it rained all day. And today is kind of like my last window of opportunity to get a run with this thing before the Sunday deadline, because tomorrow morning I travel home. So I'm going to be on a plane all day. And when I get home, I am, as my wife says, I am on her clock, and I don't do RC stuff at the house, which means that I am not going to meet the deadline for the Tinygappinit video. So, yeah, that kind of sucks to me because I think this thing is ready to give a good show. I know there's some pretty good builds. I've seen some speeds pretty similar to mine in private messages. So I know that it's going to be an interesting outcome for this for sure. But one thing about this truck, guys, this thing, I want to really thank Tony at CCXRC, and I think his name is Pablo at RC Amigos. I hope I got that right. I wasn't familiar with him until Tony brought up this Tinygappinit build, but this has been one of the funnest projects I've worked on recently. It's really been a lot of fun, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to I will do a Tinygappinit run in 90 feet, and I will also do a full speed run, because I think this thing will break 30 miles an hour, and that's kind of a goal I have for this truck. Yeah, this has been really fun, and I wish that I could make the deadline for the competition, but I just don't see that happening at this point. And it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to next week. I have school, and then when I am done with school, I will get back to doing some videos. We will do speed runs with this one, and then I will get back to I think the SCX 24 D90 build. We'll get that one wrapped up. I have a secret SCX 24 build that's going on. I haven't talked about it or showed you guys yet. So that's what we got coming up. And this thing has inspired me for some other builds, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the future. This has been great fun, man. I think everybody should try to do something like this. This is all just pieces and parts out of my old used parts or spare parts boxes, and it turned into something pretty cool. And anyway, it's inspired me for some more things in the future. And till next time, guys, Uncle Lee, bullgearrc Video said, I'll see ya.